Level 1. The Discovery. You're not some elite cybercriminal, not anonymous, not a dark web legend, just a freelance penetration tester who sometimes explores things you probably shouldn't. Most nights you sit in your apartment surrounded by monitors, energy drinks, and half-written Python scripts. Tonight was supposed to be boring. Routine scans, a government contractor database you found through an exposed API endpoint. Nothing dramatic. Until you saw that directory, the log file scrolls slowly. Thousands of lines, IP addresses, timestamps, access tokens. Most of them belong to government networks, defense contractors, internal federal servers, normal. But then you see something that isn't, an IP block you recognize immediately. It belongs to a satellite relay network. Why would a satellite system be accessing a contractor archive server? You scroll further, more entries, more systems. Some of them don't even look like civilian infrastructure. Military routing nodes, secure communication backbones. Then you reach the bottom. The final entry is from 4 minutes ago. Your mouse stops moving. You didn't expect that. Someone accessed this archive minutes before you did. You check the IP. It's masked, layered through multiple government networks. Whoever it is, they're inside the system right now. And then a new line appears in the log. You didn't type anything, but the file updates anyway. A new entry appears. Timestamp, current time, IP address, yours. You lean back slowly in your chair because now the archive knows you're here. Level 2. The first warning. At first, nothing happens. The server remains quiet. No alerts, no disconnects. You start exploring deeper. The encrypted containers catch your attention. Both are massive, hundreds of gigabytes each. You try opening one, password protected of course, but the metadata is visible. Creation date, 6 years ago. Last modified, 3 days ago. Someone is still maintaining these files. You begin mapping the directory structure, tracing linked systems, following the access paths listed in the log. That's when your network monitor spikes. A sudden burst of encrypted traffic. Not outbound, inbound, your firewall lights up. Connection attempts, 5, 10, 20, all from different IP addresses, all probing the same port. Your port, you kill the archive tab immediately. Disconnect the VPN. Pull the Ethernet cable from your machine. Silence returns. The traffic stops. Your apartment is quiet again. Too quiet. You stare at the screen, waiting. Nothing happens for nearly a minute. Then your laptop screen flickers. A new terminal window opens. You didn't open it. Text begins typing across the screen, one character at a time. Slow, deliberate. You should not be here. Your heart pounds. You slam the power button. The laptop shuts off instantly. Darkness. No fans, no screens, just silence. You sit there breathing slowly, trying to convince yourself it's just a script. Some automated security warning. But you know better, because automated systems don't type. They don't pause between words, and they definitely don't respond after you disconnect. Level 3. The hidden system. You wait 20 minutes before turning the laptop back on. Paranoia is part of the job, but curiosity is stronger. The machine boots normally. No warnings, no strange processes. You reconnect to the internet. Nothing unusual. For a moment you consider letting it go, closing the case, pretending none of this happened. But then you remember the satellite network. Why would a satellite relay access that archive? You reconnect through a fresh VPN chain. Different exit nodes, different routing path. You return to the contractor server. The archive directory is still there, untouched. But now something else appears. A new folder. It wasn't there before. Name Project Atlas. You hesitate. Your instincts scream at you to stop. But curiosity wins. You open the folder. Inside are hundreds of documents. Internal memos, budget reports, system diagrams. Most of them stamped with classifications you've never seen before. Not top secret, not confidential. Something higher, something internal. You open a random file. The title alone makes your chest tighten. Global Passive Data Collection Framework. You skim the document. It describes a surveillance network, not targeted, not limited, global. Satellite feeds, cellular metadata, internet backbone taps, automated data analysis pipelines. You scroll faster, more files, more diagrams, more systems, a surveillance architecture so massive it shouldn't exist. And then you see the scale estimate. Coverage, 92% of global communications. You stop breathing for a second, because this isn't a program meant to track criminals or terrorists. It's built to monitor everyone. Every message, every call, every search, every device. Your screen flickers again, not a glitch. A notification, a new file appears inside the folder, created just now. File name. Hello. Level 4. The surveillance. You stare at the file for a long time before opening it. Hello. No classification tag, no metadata, just a plain text file created seconds ago, which means someone inside that system knows you're still here. You consider closing the connection again. pulling the plug, shutting everything down. But if they already saw your IP earlier, it might not matter anymore. You click the file, it opens instantly. Only one line inside. You're persistent, your throat goes dry. You check the timestamp again. Created 4 seconds ago. Someone is writing to the server in real time. You scroll through the Atlas documents again, but now your attention shifts. You're not just looking at files anymore, you're looking for evidence. Proof this system is real. One document catches your eye. Surveillance Priority Matrix. You open it. Inside is a list of targeting categories. Journalists, political activists, foreign diplomats, corporate executives, then a category simply labeled Domestic Risk Factors. You scroll further. The document explains how the system flags individuals. Search history patterns, travel anomalies, communication clusters, financial behavior. Everything feeds into something called a predictive threat model. Not just monitoring crimes, predicting them. You stop scrolling because at the bottom of the document is a section titled Test Data, Subject Simulation. Below it are rows of anonymized data, thousands of entries. Every row represents a person. Every row contains behavioral scores, risk indexes, probability ratings. You skim one entry, age, location, device fingerprint, network identifiers. Your stomach sinks because the device fingerprint format looks familiar, exactly like the one used by your operating system. You scroll further, another row appears, and then you see something that makes your skin crawl. The device hash in one entry matches yours. Level 5. They know. Your fingers freeze on the keyboard. You reread the line 3 times. Same device fingerprint, same operating system build, same hardware signature. The Atlas system already knows about you, and it didn't start tonight. The record shows activity going back 2 years. 2 years of browsing patterns, 2 years of search queries, 2 years of metadata collected silently in the background. Your mouse moves slowly. You open the record. A full behavioral profile appears. Daily routine predictions, sleep cycle analysis, income estimation, social isolation probability. It's not just surveillance, it's a psychological model. The system doesn't just watch people, it understands them, or at least it tries to. You scroll down further. At the bottom of the record is a section labeled Treat Potential Current Rating. Low. Then the timestamp updates. Right in front of you, the score recalculates. Low changes to elevated. You hear a faint click behind you. Your webcam light turns on. You didn't enable it. The camera activates silently. You slam your laptop closed. Too late. The notification sound plays. New file. Same directory. You open the laptop slowly. Another message. We see you now. Level 6. The race. Adrenaline wipes away hesitation. You start downloading everything. Atlas documents, system diagrams, access logs, anything that proves the program exists. Your connection speeds spike, gigabytes moving across encrypted tunnels. If this system is real, it needs to be exposed. But another window appears. Server response delay. Access privileges changing. Permissions shifting. The archive begins locking down. Files disappear one by one. Directories vanish. Someone is cleaning the system. Fast. You switch tactics. Instead of downloading files individually, you start mirroring the entire server. Raw copy. Every byte. The progress bar crawls forward. 2%, 3%. Then the terminal flashes red. Your connection is being traced. The routing chain you built starts collapsing. One node drops, then another. You reroute manually. New tunnels, new paths. But the system adapts. Connection attempts begin flooding your machine again. Encrypted packets, authentication probes. They're trying to identify you. Not just your IP, your machine, your network, your location. You open the final encrypted container. If there's proof anywhere, it's here. The password prompt appears. You try brute, forcing the header. No luck. Then something strange happens. The prompt disappears. The file unlocks itself. Inside is only one document, Atlas Deployment Map. You open it. A world map fills the screen. Satellite clusters, fiber optic intercept points, data centers across continents, hundreds of nodes, all connected, all feeding into one system. And in the center of the diagram, one facility highlighted in red, a processing hub. Location classified, but the coordinates are partially visible. Somewhere in the United States. And that's when you realize something terrifying. The container wasn't locked. It was waiting for someone to open it. Someone like you. Your screen flickers again. Another message appears. Thank you for finding us. Level 7. The truth. Your download hits 63%. Then it stops. The server connection dies instantly. Not throttled. Not disconnected. Erased. The entire archive vanishes. Every directory, every file, gone. Like it never existed. Your laptop screen goes dark. For a moment you think the power failed. But then the screen lights up again. Different interface, not your operating system. A remote terminal. Text appears slowly. Atlas is not a surveillance system. Another line, it is a filter. You stare at the words. The typing continues. The world produces too much information. Atlas identifies the individuals capable of finding hidden systems. Your chest tightens. The next line appears. You were never the first to discover the archive. You were the first to reach level Omega. Another line appears. Your curiosity score exceeded threshold expectations. You realize what the archive really was. Not a mistake, not an exposed directory. A test, a trap, a way to find people like you. Hackers, investigators, curious minds capable of uncovering secrets. The final line appears. Recruitment process initiated. Your webcam light turns on again. But this time, it isn't just the webcam. Your phone vibrates on the desk. Unknown number. A message appears. Only 4 words. Check your front door. You sit frozen. Listening then. 3 slow knocks echo through your apartment. Not loud, not aggressive, just calm, patient, like someone who already knows your home. Your screen flashes one final message. Welcome to Atlas. You turn toward the door and realize something chilling. The system never tried to stop you, because this entire time, it was watching to see if you were good enough to join it.